Okay, ready?
Yeah.
All right, welcome to another video. Hello out there in internet land. So obviously, as you can tell, I don't have Joy with me today. I know, she's much easier to look at than I am. And you would much rather look at her. That's the same for me. I would much rather look at her than look at myself also. Maybe one of these days I can come up with an idea for one of these, so when I have to just do talking head, give you information videos, maybe I can have her be like Vanna White or something, show like unload the card or something. I don't know. I'll think of something. So, first off, the subscribers, we're over 1,800 now. We really appreciate it. If you're watching this and not subscribed, go ahead and click that button. It doesn't hurt, it's free. And click the like button if you like the video, gives you some type of information, or you just like it, entertaining for you, or you just love me, you love me. Any of those will work. Click the bell if you're subscribed, it'll let you know when a new video is coming out. And thank you for just watching. We know this channel only survives or only exists because of you. So we really do appreciate it. From me, David, and from Joy, American in the Philippines, we really do appreciate you watching. So let's get into it. What's today's information for you? Dun, 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 dun. Fresh off the television. Okay. It is going to be about the tourist visa. So there's been some changes. I waited a little while to do the video. I gave you a little bit of a heads up when on my SRRV, the retirement visa video that I did. I let you know that I switched over from tourist to retirement visa, and I let you know why. So here is the real push behind me getting the retirement visa, other than it's a great deal if you have any military with you. You get a really great deal for the retirement visa. But so the tourist visa here in Philippines, under their laws, under Executive Order number 408, it includes over 150 countries that have visa-free entry. Those countries also can extend the tourist visa up to 36 months in the country. So that is the law in the Philippines, and that starts us out on our video today. Now I'm going to go over a memorandum that was sent out last year in July and really started kicking in an August timeframe with all of the immigration offices around the country. So this memorandum that they set out, sorry, old man glasses for old man eyes. Joy also doesn't have these. This memorandum they sent out didn't have any new rules in it. It just said start enforcing the rules that already exist. So let's go over that. So recently, the Bureau of Immigration started an online e-services. You could do extensions on this e-service, and that's how I was doing mine, because my closest Bureau of Immigration office is 2.5 hour drive away out here in the province. So I was doing mine online, which I thought was great. It just started up recently, a year and a half ago. And I was amazed. I was like, great, this is the greatest thing ever. I don't have to go to the office. I don't have to take that long drive anymore. I can just do it online. Then when I hit the 1 year point in the country, it said I couldn't do any more extensions. I had to go to the office. Couldn't do them online anymore. And they took away the 6 months. So I couldn't do a 6 month online. I could only do 2 months. 2 months or 1 month. So as I said, my closest office is in Naga, a 2.5 hour drive away. 2.5 hours there, 2.5 hours back. Every 2 months was my only option. So obviously that made me look for other ways to do it. But let's look at what the memorandum actually says. And I'll have Joy put the memorandum up for you. It is Memorandum IRD-2024-024. And she'll put a picture up for you so you can read along with me if you want, or pause it, do whatever you need to do. So the first part, number 1, in-depth interviews. They want to know the reason you're extending, your itinerary, your address, and your activities, and to document all that information on the application form. So I've heard of people actually having to, addresses aren't really big here, so I've heard of people actually flipping over the application form and having to write out, turn at the big palm tree, make a left at the Jollibee, and third one on the left is my house. That kind of stuff. So they're taking it very seriously now. So the interview is no joke. They're asking all the questions. The next, number 2, document review. Ensure submitted documents are authentic and complete, including application with written reason for extension. So it used to just be that the extension, you just mark tourist, tourism, and that was it. You didn't get asked any questions. You just marked it on the form and then you were done. Now they actually ask you, why are you extending? What's your reason for extending? And I've heard from some, they're getting more in depth than the questions that I just went over for the interview. They're actually asking, so you have an ASAWA, you have a wife, why aren't you on the spousal visa? Why aren't you getting the 13A? Or like me, I said retirement. At one of the offices, I said retirement. I'm thinking of retiring here. And they said, well, why aren't you on the retirement visa? So they really are getting into it with you and asking a lot more questions. Number 3, records checks. Systems and record checks to identify any red flags or inconsistencies. Now, this was always in place and it was always done before even. It's a real quick scan through their system to make sure you don't have any legal notices or anything against you. Nobody's filed a case against you and it's not in the court system or something. Something that they need to be aware of when you're extending your visa. Also, some foreigner expats have been caught at this stage for charges pending in other countries, blah, 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 wants and warrants, that kind of stuff. Or just, they call it unfavorable expats. So if you have a record, criminal record, in some areas, they've deemed that as unfavorable in the country, and they don't want you here. Even if the case has already been, you've already gone through the case, and you've already done your time and paid your dues, as it is. Next, number 4, denials. Deny any applications with suspicious purpose of extending and submit report to the commissioner. So there it is, black and white, deny. So I've never heard of anybody being denied specifically for suspicious purposes. I have heard of people being denied for being rude with an immigration officer. Number 5, reporting. Report applicants with suspicious intent of stay immediately to the commissioner. And underneath that, submit name, address, passport, copy, and other pertinent details of all extension applicants over 1 year every first Friday of the month. So this is new. So now they're supposed to submit every person that's gone over a year all the way up to the main office, and it has quite a bit of information with it. So that's something, I don't know how people feel about that. I wouldn't really like that my passport, copy of my passport and everything's going up there every first Friday of the month. So what are my thoughts about the changes to the tourist visa? Well, like I said, I haven't heard of anybody being denied under the memorandum for extension so far. It's been about 6 or 7 months now that it's been in place. I haven't heard of a denial specifically for this memorandum. However, I have heard of expats being denied and even blacklisted for being rude with immigration officers. So keep in mind, the Bureau of Immigration, those are immigration officers just like at the airport. And if you're rude with them, they can deny your extension and even blacklist you from the country. Just a heads up, because I have heard of those. I haven't heard of anybody being denied just for the extension, but being rude, yes. So the major effect that all of this had is just that the e-service, the online service that they rolled out and we're so proud of, is only good for the first year. So once you hit that year point, it shuts it off. You can't do any more extensions there and you have to go to your closest office, which hopefully you're not like me and it's not 2.5 hour drive away or a 4-hour bus ride away. Hopefully you've got an office that's close by. But the other part of that is you're going to do that in-depth investigation. They're going to ask you questions. They're going to ask, are you married? Do you have a girlfriend? Are you retiring here or are you just staying here? Now, if you're smart, you're just going to say, look, I'm enjoying your country. I'm a tourist. I'm enjoying being a tourist, and there's still more I want to see. And leave it at that. There's nothing more to be said. And I guarantee you they're going to stamp your extension, and you're going to, well, can't guarantee anything, I guess, but chances are they're just going to stamp it and you're going to be on your way with a new extension. The other part of that is I really don't like, after you hit that year point, being reported up to the main office with a bunch of information on you going up to the main office. I'm not sure what they're using that for. It's not really spelled out what they're using it for, but it doesn't make me feel comfortable that once you pass that year that your name's going up, when in your law it says 36 months. So to me, I'm not sure why the names are being reported up and the passport, copy of the passport and everything else, but it's something else to keep in mind. So maybe, I know a lot of people travel over here on the tourist visa. I did to myself. But maybe plan for when you get here and get settled in and you're doing that first year and you haven't run into this in-depth interview yet and your name and stuff going up in a file to the main office. Maybe in that first year, get all this stuff taken care of. So figure out, do you want to be on a retirement visa? Are you going to leave the country and come back, start the time clock over again? Are you getting married? Maybe you want to be on the 13A visa. These are all good answers to get you away from the tourist visa. Or if you want to stay on the tourist visa, more power to you. Just don't be rude. Okay, you heard it from me. All right, so that is the tourist visa and the new memorandum that came out. I just wanted to give everybody a heads up. I know most people traveling here come over on the tourist visa, and it is a big deal that the interviews have gotten more in-depth and the file going up when you hit the year point and not being able to extend online when you hit the year point. It's all pretty big deals. So I'm not sure what the intent is overall. I know they're cracking down more on immigration because they've found more illegal people here, illegal paperwork, illegal documents, stuff like that. So maybe they're just cracking down. But want to make sure you're all aware of it. So that is the information. Hopefully next time I'll have Joy back for you. Maybe a little Vanna White flipping the cards thing or something. I don't know. But much more cute than I am. And I'm sure you'd like to see her. So that's the video today. And we'll see you next time. See you later.